All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Wait, I will give you a thumbs up and then we can start. Sorry.
Sure.
It's just,
Yeah.
and yes, we are like, and yes, Mr. Manan is also joining. I'm admitting.
All right. Yeah, we go. Sure. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome all the champions to the first edition of Beat Me If You Can quiz competition, an initiative by Sports Village. At Sports Village, we have a vision to make 100 million kids play, and Beat Me If You Can is an initiative in that direction where we want to engage and challenge kids through different interactive quiz competitions. We believe every child should be given the opportunity to show that they excel at something. Yes, every child has a favorite subject. Unfortunately, they rarely get a chance to display their expertise in their favorite subjects. With Beat Me If You Can, Sports Village offers a platform to every child who think they are the master in their favorite subjects. Moreover, Beat Me If You Can is an interesting way for children to learn to prepare, test, and perform under pressure through their favorite topics. Today, alongside me, we have our quiz master, Mr. Tarun Jain, our scorer, Mr. Devang Bhatt. Before we kickstart our final, I would like to introduce our special guest for today, Mr. Manan Chokshi, who is the trustee for Zebar School for Children and Udgam School for Children. Mr. Manan Chokshi is an alumnus of Udgam School for Children and has studied here from nursery to the 12th standard. He has been working with the school as an executive director since 2003. As a practicing chartered accountant, he is a partner in one of the leading CA firms in Gujarat. Apart from education, he has interests in BPO, real estate, and healthcare. He's a consultant to a hospital and an advisor to a preschool and a public library. He's also the director of RE Max MGM, India's best franchisee business in real estate. I would now request Mr. Manan Chokshi to share a few words of encouragement to the participants.
Yeah. Yes, um, very kind of you, and it's a great feeling to see such talent. First of all, such an idea to recognize talent in something other than academics or art. This is what we call pop culture or popular culture. It is everything is good. What we when we have a passion, and we follow our passion, there are no limits. We can go to the next level. I have seen people get work ethics and habits when they follow their dreams, which they would have never got in otherwise, doing run of the mill things. So if we ask students, many students were the same questions about their academics, or probably even I would say general knowledge, which is like different kind of other than academics, but still it is something which is not very may not be of their interest. They may not be as good as if they follow their dreams. So I like that the concept. When I saw this quiz, I immediately thought that this is an interesting way to see who is able to answer such questions, and maybe in life when they do the thing, they are not which they may earn them money. They may become radio jockey, or they may become things like which resonate with the young population. Such kind of knowledge will become extremely important. So not taking much of your time, and it's a wonderful thing. All the best to all the participants. I know everybody is not going to be the winner, but if they have reached here till here, probably they are expert in their field, in their interests. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manan, for the kind words, for the appreciation, and for the best wishes to the participants. Yes, we all know since you have come to this stage, you are already experts in this subject. So now I would I would now pass on the proceedings to our quiz master, Mr. Tarun Jain. Tarun Jain, over to you, please.
Thanks, Nihit. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first edition of Beat Me If You Can. As we all know, in Beat Me If You Can, we test the knowledge of every contestant based on a topic of his or her own choice. In this very first edition, we are covering 5 topics. The journey of this edition started with contestants from over 20 cities who have already gone through 2 rounds of online quizzes. And finally, we are here at the finale. In this finale, we are covering Bollywood as our topic, and we have 4 young and bright minds who have shown their potential, but now will be battling to be the national champion of Beat Me If You Can Bollywood edition. As we all know, the winner of today's quiz will get Amazon vouchers of rupees 5,000 rupees. But I think a bigger prize is the title of calling themselves the national champion in the very first edition of Beat Me If You Can. Let us introduce all our 4 finalists. Interestingly, our first edition, first quiz of Bollywood is heavily dominated by Gujarat. Out of 4 contestants, 3 are from Ahmedabad and 1 from Baroda. I will request when I call out each participant's name just to give a small introduction about themselves. Our first contestant, C1, is Drish. Drish is from Ahmedabad. Drish?
My name is Drish Morakya. I study in Zeba School for Children.
Okay, nice, crisp introduction from Drish. Our second contestant is Neil. Neil, again, is from Ahmedabad. Neil, something interesting about you?
My name is Neil Shah. I am from Zeba School from Children. I like to play cricket, football, and I like Bollywood.
Good, you mentioned Bollywood as your choice. Otherwise, it would have been interesting. Our third contestant is Shahil. Shahil is from Baroda.
Hi friends, I'm from Sahil Singh. In class, I'm studying 7th class and my school is Pujawar School, Sama Baroda. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sahil. And our last contestant is a young pretty lady, Tanisha. Tanisha, all again from Ahmedabad. Something about yourself?
My name is Tanisha Verma. I study in 6th standard in Udgam School. My hobbies are I like to watch Bollywood movies and cooking.
All right, 4 contestants. Here we are in our first edition of Beat Me If You Can Bollywood round. Now, today in this final, we are going to have 3 rounds where each round is going to be power-packed and exciting. Is everyone excited? So let's give a shout out. Beat Me If You Can. Before we go ahead, let's just take a look at the rules which are applicable throughout our rounds. We request all the children to play quiz in a fair spirit. We request parents and siblings, no passing chits, no helping the kids answer the questions. Children need to ensure that they are looking at the screens all the time while they are being questioned and while they are answering the question. Children can and should have a pen and pencil with them along with a piece of paper. In case of any disputes, the decision of the moderator will be final and binding. This is just a little bit of introduction rules with respect to the whole of the quiz. We will now start with our quiz, the first round warm-up. We'll now have a look at warm-up. Warm-up, as the name suggests, is just an introduction round where we'll give questions to each of the participants without any pressure of buzzer. So I'll just go through the rules for this particular round. I'm going to call out 2 questions to each of the participants in the alphabetical order. If the participant to whom it's a direct question gives the correct answer, he gets 100 points. If it's an incorrect answer, the question passes to contestant 2. The contestant 2, in case he gives the correct answer, gets 75. In case of incorrect, the question passes. The next one gets 50. And the last one gets 30 points in case the last contestant gives correct answer to the pass on question. So the point structure is 100, 75, 50, and 30. No negative marking. So even if you have some bit of an idea, do give it a shot. Best of luck, everyone. Now we'll go to our first question, and the first question is going to be for our first contestant, Drish. Drish, opportunity for you to open your scorecard. The question is, which India's first gold medal winner in women's wrestling in 2010 Commonwealth Games is the movie Dangal based on?
Fogart.
Sorry, Drish, what's your answer?
Geeta Fogart.
Geeta Fogart is the correct answer. 100 points for Drish on the very first attempt of his. Geeta Fogart, as we know, was played by Fatima Sheikh, and her younger self was played by Zaira Wasim. Great start, Trish, for you. We now move to the direct question of our second contestant, Neil. Neil, your question is, what is the name of the role played by Priyanka Chopra in Bajirao Mastani? I'll repeat the question. What is the name of the role played by Priyanka Chopra in Bajirao Mastani? It's on your screen as well.
Kashibai.
So what's your answer?
Kashibai.
Kashibai is the correct answer. 100 points for our second contestant as well. Both of the two contestants open with 100 points. The next question, it's a very short question, and this one is for our third contestant, Shahil. The movie saw the debut of Abhishek Bachchan and Kareena Kapoor. Name the movie.
Not idea.
Okay. First question getting passed in this round. This goes to Tanisha. Tanisha, do you know the answer?
Refugee?
Refugee is the correct answer. 75 points for Tanisha for answering the first bonus question of this round. Kareena Kapoor, an interesting trivia about this movie is that Kareena Kapoor, who was also offered the role in the film Kaho Na Pyar Hai, but she declined the role and she wished her first film to be with Amitabh Bachchan's son. Tanisha, this is your chance to take a lead ahead of the rest of the contestants. Direct question for 100 points for you. Initially named as Mahila Mandali, this film was based on ISRO's iconic mission in 2013. Which iconic mission is the movie based on?
One minute. Initially named as Mahila Mandali, this film was based on ISRO's Mission Mangal.
Mission Mangal. Okay, I'll give it to you. The answer that I was looking at is the mission's name, not the movie's name, but I still give it to you. As you said, Mission Mangal, 100 points for you. Tanisha, you take the lead in the first half of the first round of this quiz. Can we have the scoreboard? I think our scorer is still processing the scoreboard. There we go. At the end of round one, we have got two contestants on 100 points each, and Tanisha is leading the way with 175. But we all know this is just the beginning. This is just the warm-up round, just to get your mind fluids going strong. All right. We'll now move to our next question. Next question is for our first contestant, Drish. Drish, if you are a Salman Khan fan, you must answer this question. As which Lord devotee does Salman Khan claim in his film Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Lord Hanuman?
Can you repeat the question?
I'll just repeat. I think there was some kind of a mishap in this question. I'll just repeat this one. As which Lord devotee does Salman Khan claim in his film Bajrangi Bhaijaan?
Hanuman.
Hanuman is the correct answer. Yes, I give it to you. There was some kind of a hint I had already given in this question, but I still give the 100 points to you. Hanuman is the correct answer. We now move to our second question of this half, and this question is for Neil. Neil, listen to your question carefully. At which railway station has Dhoni worked as a traveling ticket examiner in the movie MS Dhoni, The Untold Story? The question is on your screen. At which railway station has Dhoni worked as a traveling ticket examiner in the movie?
Kharagpur railway station.
Kharagpur is the correct answer. 100 points.
Kharagpur railway station.
Yes, that is the correct answer. I give 100 points to you. So Neil also gets 100 points. Double strike for Neil in this first round. We now move on to our third question. Shahil, you did not get the first question. I'm sure you're going to get this one. Which famous director made his acting debut in the movie Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge?
So not the idea, not idea.
All right, that's all right. The question now passes to Tanisha once again, and Tanisha, you have got a chance to score 75 points here. Do you know the answer?
No.
Biggest blockbusters of some era. Okay, Tanisha is not answering the question either. So the question now passes to Krish.
Mandira Bedi.
Mandira Bedi is not the correct answer. She is not, unfortunately, a famous director yet. So the last person to get an attempt at this question.
Aditya Chopra.
Aditya Chopra was the director of the movie, but he did not make his acting debut in Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. Unfortunately, no one gets this answer, which I'm a little bit surprised about, considering how famous the movie was and how famous this guy is. The name is Karan Johar. The name is Karan Johar. We now move to the last question of our first round, and this one is for you, Tanisha. Name Amir Khan's character in the Oscar-nominated film Lagan.
Can you repeat the question?
Definitely, I will repeat the question and it's on your screen as well. Name Amir Khan's character in the Oscar-nominated film Lagan.
I don't know.
Okay, the question passes to our first contestant, Trish, for 75 points. Bhuvan is the correct answer. Trish gets 75 points for this pass-on question. And with this, we finish our first round of the first edition of Beat Me If You Can. Can we have a look at the scorecard now? There is a scorecard. We have got Trish, who is leading this round with 275 points. Neil, not too much behind, just behind by 75 points, and he is at 200. Tanisha, who was leading the way at the half stage of this round, is still at 175. Shahil, you really need to buckle up, but we all know this is just the beginning of the quiz. We have got two heavy rounds with great amount of opportunity to score heavily coming up with us. We will take a small little break. Enjoy this 30-second break, all of you. And we are back with Beat Me If You Can Bollywood edition. 30 seconds of break which we got. Good enough to take a breather, not good enough to take a break. Can we have a look at the scoreboard once again, just to know where we are so that the contestants can play out the strategy in next round? Devang, is it possible to have the scoreboard or we do move on?
Yes, I'm just ready.
Great. Cool. Drish, you are leading the way, 275 points. Neil, 200. Tanisha, 175, and Shahil at 0 points. The next round is going to be a speed round. It's called Hit the Buzzer. A speed round in which every single question is open for everyone. So 6 questions you've got in this particular round. I'll just go through the rules of the round. The round is called Hit the Buzzer. I'm going to call out 6 questions and the contestants need to hit the buzzer. And our mode of buzzer of this online world is that the contestants need to write their contestant number, C1, C2, C3, or C4 in the chat window. Whoever presses the buzzer first, let's call it that, whoever presses the buzzer first gets the opportunity to answer the question. For correct answer, he gets 100 points. For incorrect answer, minus 50. Now, in case the first contestant to press the buzzer gives incorrect answer, the question passes. The rule to pass on question is the next contestant in the same order gets an attempt. No buzzer now. Next contestant gets an attempt for 50 points and minus 25. For incorrect answer, the question again passes till all the rest of the 3 contestants have got a chance. Negative points in this round, so be very careful before pressing the buzzer and attempting the answer. Well, since it's a buzzer round, 6 questions, 100 points, 600 points at stake, even for a single contestant. We have seen the picture of the scoreboard changing completely in Hit the Buzzer round. Does anyone have any questions in this?
No, sir.
All right. Okay, let's start with our first question. Just want to clarify one point. If at any point somebody presses the buzzer before I end the question, I'm going to stop right over there and then the contestant needs to answer that question. All right, first question of Hit the Buzzer round here for all of you. Farhan Akhtar made his directorial debut with this film. Which film are we talking about? Is that C2? Nihit, our moderator is going to confirm who is going to attempt the question.
No, nobody has yet. These are some previous text.
All right. So the buzzer is still on. The question is still on.
C2, Neil Shah, please.
Neil, what's your answer?
दिल चाहता है.
Dil Chahta Hai is the correct answer. This was a little bit late, Neil. I think you gave some thoughts to the question, and somewhere from the back of your memory, you were able to get the correct answer. 100 points for Neil for Dil Chahta Hai in round number 2. We now move to our second question. Listen to it carefully. The question is, which Varun Dhawan starrer, which is yet to be released, is a Bollywood movie remake, will be the first Bollywood movie to go plastic free? There are some hints in the question.
C2, Neil Shah. C2,
Okay.
Neil Shah.
Coolie number 1.
Coolie number 1 is the correct answer. Neil is on absolute fire in this round. Second question for 100 points go to Neil. I'm going to now go to question number 3. Slightly longish question. Shahid Kapoor essays the role of a young student and a poet who returns to his hometown to seek answers about his father's disappearance.
Pause. Shahil Singh has already hit the buzzer.
Sahil, what's your answer?
Kabir Singh.
It's not the answer I was looking for. The question now passes to Tanisha. Tanisha, this is your attempt for 50 points and minus 25 if you get it wrong.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Definitely, and the question is on your screen as well. Shahid Kapoor essays the role of a young student and a poet who returns to his hometown to seek answers about his father's disappearance. The movie is adapted from which famous literary work?
I don't know.
That's all right. Not taking any kind of a risk. The question now passes to our contestant number 1. Trish. Trish, are you attempting? The question now passes to Neil.
Header.
Neil, that is not the answer I was looking for. The movie, you got it correct. I think if you read the question carefully, you might find what's wrong in the answer. I'm looking for the artwork, not the name of the movie. The artwork, the play is called the Hamlet. Hamlet is the answer I was looking for. You were there and thereabout, but just were not able to get the correct answer. So minus 25 points for you. We are halfway through round number 2. 3 questions done. Your question number 4 is, the movie Bhag Milkha Bhag is based on a famous Indian track and field athlete.
Shahil Singh has hit the
Yes,
buzzer.
sir.
Shahil, what's your answer?
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, yes, sir. Milka Singh.
Milkha Singh is not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jay Shah. Sorry, I didn't get what.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Janjing. Yes, sir.
That's not the answer I'm looking for. Unfortunately, you will get minus 50 for this. I'll complete the question for rest of the participants. The movie Bhag Milkha Bhag is based on a famous Indian track and field athlete who participated in Olympics and Commonwealth Games. How is he popularly known as? The name that he is famous for, not his actual name, is what I'm looking for in this question. So the question, this was for who had pressed Shahil, I think it was, who had pressed this.
Yes.
Other. All right. The question now passes to Tanisha? Tanisha, are you going for this?
1 minute, let me think. Bharat is based on the famous track and field athlete. Hmm, I don't know
Question passes.
actually.
Question passes to our contestant number 1, Trish.
Flying Jut.
Flying Jet is the correct answer. Flying Jet is the correct answer, or we call he's known as the Flying Sikh. And of course, we are talking about Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh was the first person from India to win a gold medal in individual athletics at Commonwealth Games. Of course, he also won 2 gold medals in Asian Games in 1958 and 1962. So plus 50 for you for this correct answer. Question number 5 is now for all of you. What does Amir Khan say in his movie PK when Tapasvi Maharaj tries to communicate to worship God? What does Amir Khan say in his movie PK when Tapasvi Maharaj tries to communicate to worship God? Nobody going for it.
Shahil Singh has hit the buzzer.
Shahil again hits the buzzer. Shahil, yes, what's your answer?
Is my remote भगवान तो दिल में होते नहीं कि ये remote ये सब है.
Not the answer I'm looking for. Not the thing which she said at that moment. The question now passes. Everyone is aware of the question. This was again Shahil who had hit the buzzer. So Tanisha once again gets first attempt for the bonus points.
Wrong number.
Was that a guess? You sounded a little unsure about the answer.
Yes, I think it
Yeah, you
was
guessed
the
it perfectly
answer.
well. This is the correct answer. Wrong number is what Amir Khan said. 50 points to you, Tanisha, for question number 5 in Hit the Buzzer. Last question of Hit the Buzzer. मैं ऐसा क्यों हूं? A famous song from the movie Lakshya is known for its choreography. Who was the choreographer?
Trish Murakia has hit the buzzer. C1.
Trish, what's your answer?
Prabhu Deva.
Prabhu Deva is the correct answer. 100 points for Trish. Prabhu Deva directed this famous song from Lakshya. In fact, the song won the national award for best choreography and is still etched in the memories of a lot of the people of my generation. I'm not too sure about yours, but nevertheless, that gives you 100 points. So, with last question, we now come at the end of round 2. Hit the buzzer. I'm sure the picture of the table is looking somewhat different. There is a scorecard for all of us. Trish, who was leading after the first round, made 150 points in this round and is still at the top with 420 points, 25 points. Neil is still chasing him till the last step, just 50 points behind Trish at 375 points. Shahil, who was not able to score in the first round, just went a little further below and is at minus 150 points. Tanisha, you scored 50 points for the bonus question in this round. You are at 225, so you are still also very much in the hunch of this quiz. So not much of a difference. We've got our biggest round coming up. That's called Catch Them All. As the name suggests, that is going to give an opportunity to score loads and loads of points. The fortunes change. We will come back with our third and final round, Catch Them All, just after this small break. Here we are at the final leg of Beat Me If You Can first edition Bollywood category. Drish has maintained his consistent top position after 2 rounds. Neil Shah is not too much behind, but as we said, this is the final round. Lots can happen, lots of points can be scored. Here we go to the final round, Catch Them All. Let's have a look at the rules.
1 second, quiz master.
Yes.
Scorer C1 now is Thresh, C2 is Neil, C3 is Tanisha, and C4 is Shahil. Can you please change for Shahil and Tanisha?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Meanwhile, the scorer is changing the names. I just want to tell the reason of doing that. In this particular round, the order of questions passing is going to be from top to bottom with respect to the rankings of the scoreboard. So we now have our C1 to C4 changed. In the corresponding order is Thrish, Neil, Tanisha, and Shahil. Effectively, just Shahil and Tanisha are swapping each other in the order. I think we are all set with the ordering. Let's move to understanding the rules of this round. This round is called Catch Them All. Once again, in this round, each contestant is going to get 2 direct questions. Now, before asking a question, now first thing, there is no negative marking, so you can relax on that. However, there is one interesting part. Before I ask direct question to any contestant, he will or she will have to opt for 2 choices, with options or without options. In case the contestant chooses without options, the question will be read out, no options will be given. For correct answer, the contestant gets 200 points. For the incorrect answer, the question passes to the next contestant, and for answering that, he gets 100 points. Again, for incorrect answer, the question passes to the next contestant for 50 points, and the last one gets a shot for 30 points. So in case of without options, the point system is 200, 100, 50, and 30 with no negative marking. However, if the direct question contestant says they want with options, the point system reduces, the points reduces. For direct correct answer, the contestant gets 100 points. For an incorrect answer, here is slight bit of a change. The question will be passed only to one more contestant, and that will be for 50 points. So in case of options, 100 and 50, no passing, no passing. Just want to tell everyone about a possible situation, which I think there is a good chance with the kind of closeness both top contestants are showing. In case of a tiebreaker, at the end of round 3, there is a tiebreaker question that I'm going to come up with, and it's again going to be a buzzer-based round, and based on who answers that correctly, the contestant will be given the points. Any kind of a question with respect to the point system of this round? I know it's a little bit complicated, but I think you guys are really smart to understand them all. I will take that as a yes. Everything is fine and clear. Let's move to our final round of Bollywood edition for Beat Me If You Can. The first question is going to be for Trish. Trish, do you want to go for options or no options?
No options, without options.
No options, without options. Trish is attempting this question for 200 points. And your question is, this movie was initially titled High Jump. The movie is said to have been inspired from the biography of the legendary Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. Which movie are we talking about? The question is on your screen as well.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, I will repeat the question for everyone, but you guys can read out from the screen as well. This movie was initially titled High Jump, and it was inspired from the biography of the legendary Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. Which movie are we talking about here?
I can't hear you.
Drish, but is the screen visible? The question is on your screen as well.
Tare Zameen Par.
Tare Zameen Par is the correct answer. He took a little bit of a while, but he got the correct answer. Tare Zameen Par is the correct answer. Is this as a, you got the correct answer, Drish. You got 200 points. Opens up on a great note with 200 points and still maintaining his healthy lead is Trish. Now we move to our second question. And this second question is for Neil. Neil, what's your choice? With options?
Without options.
Sorry?
Without options.
Without the options. I thought so. He has got some catching up to do. It's just going neck to neck with contestant number 1. Okay, it's a very short question about Deepika Padukone. Deepika essayed the role of an activist in this movie. What movie are we talking about?
Chapak.
Chapak is not the correct answer. The question passes to our third contestant. Tanisha, you get a shot at this for 100 points.
I wanted to ask, I have to answer without options?
Yes. So since direct question was opted for without options, the same rule applies for all the pass-ons. Deepika has said the role of activist in this movie. Which movie are we talking about? I think the options definitely would have made the life a lot easier for contestants.
I don't know actually.
Question passes.
Yes.
Question passes to our third contestant. Sorry, this is actually for C4. Shahil, are you going to go? Shahil, did you give an answer? I unfortunately was not able to hear that.
Same answer, Chapak, I think.
Chapak is not the correct answer. The question passes no negatives, so that's all right. C1 gets an attempt who is maintaining his lead, has got an opportunity to strengthen it further.
I don't know.
All right. Nobody has got the correct answer. The correct answer is Khele Hum Ji Jaan Se. It was based on Manini Chatterjee's Do and Die. The movie was an account of the 1930 Chittagong Armory raid. Khele Hum Ji Jaan Se was the answer we were looking for. Nobody got it. And now we move to the third question.
Sorry, interruption from moderator. I would request all the participants to please unmute themselves.
Unmuted.
Please unmute everyone. Yes, please. And yes, and can I also have your videos switched on in case you have not kept it switched on? Okay, great. We are good. Please, Quizmaster, we can go ahead.
Thanks, Nihit, and thanks for clarifying this. As we had discussed in the beginning of the quiz, at all points of times, both the microphone and the videos need to be on by all the contestants. All right, coming back to the quiz. Question number 3. Now, question number 3 is a direct question for Tanisha. Tanisha, what is your choice?
I want it with options.
With options is what Tanisha is going for. Are you sure you not want to go for without options? There are 2 questions and you have got some catching up to do.
I'll take with options.
With options. With options is what we are going to go for this particular question. Now, first listen to the question and then we will show you the options. The question is, which profession does Sanjay Dutt fake in Lage Raho Munna Bhai? Which profession does Sanjay Dutt fake in Lage Raho Munna Bhai? Your options are software engineer, doctor. You jumped the answer a little too soon. Doctor is not the answer for this particular question. The question now passes. Remember, only the next contestant, one contestant gets an option, the opportunity to answer this question. So Shahil, here is an opportunity. What is your answer?
Software engineer.
Unfortunately, software engineer is not the correct option either. We have got just 2 left, and he played the role of a history professor in Lage Raho Munna Bhai. Doctor is something which was in the first edition of movie, of the series of movie, which was Munna Bhai MBBS. So C3 gets 0 points for all the contestants. No one got it correctly. Just 2 of them got an option to attempt. We now move on to our 4th question. 4th question is a direct question for Shahil. Shahil, what's your choice?
With options.
With options. With options for 100 points for Shahil Singh. Again, a little bit of long question, so listen to it carefully. A famous Bollywood star said in a statement that this song is dedicated to Sachin Tendulkar, who was then playing his 200th test match at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The song gained instant popularity and open to mixed reviews. Which song are we talking about? Your options are Race 2 title track, Dhoom Wale from Dhoom 3, Get on the Dance Floor, and Havan Karenge. The
Dhoom
song,
Machale.
sorry?
Dhoom Machale.
Dhoom Machale is the correct answer. 100 points for Shahil Singh. Finally, he gets the correct answer after a few not so correct answers. This was a question with options, so 100 direct points for Shahil Singh. Scorer, can we have a look at the scorecard, and let's just show the scorecard after every question so that the contestant can make a wise choice of going with or without the options. Let's have a look at the scorecard right now. The scorecard is in front of everyone. Trish has just expanded his lead big time. He is now sitting comfortably at 625 points. Our second contestant, Neil Shah, is on 375 points, so 250 points apart is Trish Morakia. And if he gets a 200, I think he will sail through to be the winner of this contest. Trish, you have an option of choosing the next question. So we are left with 4 questions, one direct question for each of the participants. Each of them is going to get a choice of with options or without options. First on the board is Trish. Trish, what is your choice?
With options.
With option. I think it's a smart choice to go with options. So the question with options, the last direct question for you is this one. This is the only film in Bollywood where Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan shared a frame. Which film was that? Your options are Pehla Nasha, Ashik Awara, Dar, and Trimurti. Pehla Nasha, Ashik Awara, Dar, and Trimurti.
Elana Shah.
Pehla Nasha is the correct answer. 100 points for Trish, and he takes his lead now further up by 100 points. Interesting trivia about this one. This film's title is kept on the famous romantic song Pehla Nasha from Jo Jeeta Wahi Singandar, which also starred Deepak Tichori. Also, Amir Khan was the lead protagonist of that film and appeared in a cameo in this one. The next question, this is going to be a direct question for our second. Neil, what's your choice?
Without options.
Without options. This is something which he had to go for. Like if he gets this without options, he still has opportunity to score more points in case some other questions get passed on. So Neil, your last direct question of this quiz is: Priyanka Chopra made her Bollywood debut with Priyanka Chopra made her Hollywood debut with the movie Baywatch. Can you name her first movie in
Sir,
Bollywood?
your voice is breaking.
Okay, I will repeat the question, and the question is going to come onto the screen as well for all of you. Priyanka Chopra made her Hollywood debut with the movie Baywatch. What was her first movie in Bollywood? Remember, this question is without options, so we are not going to get any options.
The hero.
The hero is the correct answer. He gets 200 points for without options and goes even closer to Trish Morakia. The hero is the correct answer for question number 2 for this round. Second last question for all of us, and Neil will be praying hard that Tanisha does not get this answer correctly. Tanisha, your direct question. Which one is it going to be? With or without the options?
With options.
With options is what we are going to give this question to you. Here it is. This film star, then Disney show actress, and is Will Smith's first Bollywood appearance. Name the film.
Can you repeat the question?
I'll repeat the question, and we're going to have the question on the screen as well. This film stars then Disney show actress, and is Will Smith's first Bollywood appearance. Which film are we talking about? What are the options we've got? Ravan, Student of the Year 2, Slumdog Millionaire, or Jai Ho?
Student of the Year 2.
That's the correct answer. 100 points for Tanisha. Student of the Year 2 is the correct answer, in which we saw Will Smith for the first time in Bollywood. Now, last question of our very first edition of this quiz. Can we have a look at the scorecard? Our scorer, are we getting the scorecard? There it is. All right. So Trish is sitting comfortably at 725. Neil is at 575. Tanisha 325. We've got just one question, which is going to be a direct question for Shahil. So in case he opts for without options, the best for Neil is going to be 100 points. So Trish,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Neil gave the answer for like Deepika Padukone question, Chapak. I think she was an Lakshmi. The movie was based on Lakshmi Agrawal, and she was an activist. There can be two answers for one question also. You had that answer, but Chapak can also be the answer as Lakshmi Agrawal was an activist.
All right.
And you did not specify in which region the activism was. So you were not specific. So there can be two answers for the same question.
All right,
So you
ma'am.
can just look into it again.
Sure, we will definitely have a look at that again. Moderator Nihit, please take a note of that. And we are going to evaluate that part at the end of the quiz.
Okay, thank you.
So our last question for this quiz is going to be for Shahil. Shahil, with or without options? Shahil, are you there?
Sahil has dropped, I think. We'll wait for a few seconds.
Sure. We see all the other contestants. Can you please unmute yourself? I think Drish, you can afford a smile. You have won the quiz already, no matter what is the result of this particular question.
I think Quizmaster Shahil has a internet connection issue.
All right.
We can move forward and
I think it's fine. There is just one question which is left, and we all, based on the scorecard, we have our winner, Trish Morakia. So, Trish, many congratulations to you, and congratulations to all our participants. You have won the first round of the Beat Me If You Can Bollywood edition. I think Trish deserves a round of applause from at least me and I hope everyone. Trish, great job. As we said, 5,000 rupees Amazon voucher will be delivered to you. And more than that, you can call yourself to be the national champion of Bollywood Meet Me If You Can. Thank you, everyone. This is just the first edition. This is just the first topic. We've got 4 more topics to cover today and tomorrow. So stay tuned and we are going to connect with all of you once again. Thank you very much.
All right. Devang, check